Hello, welcome to the Funko Illuminati. We are live once again. We have Vince, LBD, Quickdraw. Andrew's having a little bit of technical difficulties. He should be here. And Mitch left us because he's gone to see a concert tonight. Take a guess at what...
BTS was it?
No, it's BDSM.
Jesus.
He said he liked the beatings. I mean the beats. Play power metal to that. Actually, I could say this. So if any people will slowly start coming in, but Quickdraw sent us a really... Hey Jeremy, hey, hello Laura. Quickdraw sent us this sound file of him playing music with a bunch of other musicians, and I forgot that I had the sound recording put to 1.5 because some people have a tendency to talk a little slow or take forever to get a point. So I have it up. So the first time I heard Quick's music, I was like, damn, it sounded like death metal. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute, and turned it back to normal and went, oh, that's better.
It was fast as hell.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like, oh my God, man.
It's still pretty fast for what it is, though.
Yeah, but increase it by 0.5 and tell me, just have someone, are you ready?
Especially when the double bass goes off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, crazy. Andrew looks a lot better than he did when he came in the first time.
Yeah.
That's good.
Looking good now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, looking right good, as buddy. You said we're going live, my nephew calls. And it kicked me out.
No, you know what? You should tell him thank you. Apparently, whatever your issue was, he fixed it.
Yeah, well, I told my call and it ain't gonna happen probably.
Well, we spoke too soon.
Yeah, I spoke too soon.
Way to go. Good one, Lenny. So I guess we could talk about the Super Bowl, even though I never watched it.
Bro, nope. I had it playing, but I was mostly on my phone.
Bruh,
I looked over a couple of times to see the score, and I was like, "Oh wow, the Eagles! What the?"
That thing was a one-sided ass beating, and the only reason they scored more than 6 points on the other side was because the second stringers were in the fourth quarter. Like,
yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, okay.
That's the only reason. It was like almost a blowout.
Yeah, it's like we won the game here. Just send in the sucky players. Let them have some fun.
Yeah, give them a chance.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about Taylor Swift getting booed and acting like she didn't know what was going on?
Listen here. A bunch of people got booed that day. Let's leave it at that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, did you see her face? They booed her and she was like, what's going on?
That she's media trained, buddy. I'm sure she knows how to act when somebody gets booed. She doesn't throw a tantrum.
Oh.
Yeah. She doesn't go up on stage and say, well, someone else deserves this award.
Yeah.
All I heard was the halftime show was lackluster.
Garbage.
A lot of people.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was only one guy.
You suck.
Yeah, it had a lot of little secret messages throughout the whole thing.
And what it had, Serena Williams was dancing in there, I guess, somewhere.
Yeah, Serena Williams. You had SZA was there, which was the girl in the red.
Mm-hmm.
The problem, one of the main problems is that a lot of people don't know about Kendrick's older stuff, so it's kind of hard in the beginning for some people. If you haven't been a fan for a while and you only know like his last 2 albums, then yeah, it'll be a little bit tricky.
Well, I don't know none of his old music. I just like to know how he was just dissing Drake the whole time, like little stab everywhere secretly.
Oh, it wasn't only just towards him. Like there was a lot going on in that show.
Yeah.
Actually, funny enough, if people didn't realize this, but the stage was a PS5 remote.
Yeah.
And who's under Sony? And the way he moved around the controller, it was the code for infinite health and infinite ammo for Grand Theft Auto. That's why in the end it says game over. It's all a video game reference, the whole thing. Obviously, like the stage. I mean,
well, considering 2 years ago they stole Smash Brothers stage. I mean, I guess maybe they're just hitting every IP.
Nintendo, Sony, Xbox.
But I'm gonna say think about it, body motions on top of lyrics having double meanings, triple, like some of those things, like you have to like really think. It was crazily artistic.
Yeah, but most people don't watch it to analyze it like like an art house film. They just watch it to be mindlessly entertained.
Yeah,
I mean,
I get that. I understand that, but like I said, at the same time, like how do I say this?
So that's only the second Super Bowl halftime show I've actually watched all the way through. I've been able to like watch it.
Huh. I was gonna say the only Super Bowl show that halftime show that I actually enjoyed watching was the one where they had the Guess Who and a bunch of others, and it was just like this giant music medley for like 7 minutes, and it was just them riffing. That's all it was riffing for 7 minutes.
So
the worst I've seen.
I remember a kid when Michael Jackson did it. For some reason, I remember that. Like I was maybe like 10, maybe younger. I remember Michael Jackson. Other than that, like the Dr. Dre one was the only other one I watched all the way through.
And the worst one I've seen was the one where they had oh god, what's his name? Sing the song. Are you gonna go my way?
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz. Yeah, that was the worst because literally they were like, Lenny Kravitz is going to be at the Super Bowl. Lenny Kravitz, everyone. And he was there for a hot 10 seconds. He came up out of the middle of the stage, played a quick solo riff, and then the camera turned to look at somebody else, and then turned back to where he was originally standing, and he was gone. It was like, clearly there must have been a taxi waiting for him going, yeah, I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Just, here. Keep the meter running.
Yeah.
I'm doing the Super Bowl show quick.
Yeah. Hey, Mama J. But yeah, it was wild. I just remember, but I didn't watch it. I had no interest in it, honestly. It just, and then after when I asked you guys in the group chat, I was like, "What's the score?" And Andrew puts the score, and it's like, "Eh."
No, that was quick. Yeah, quick.
That was you, quick. Oh,
no, nothing.
Yeah, because it was
crazy part is there's only been one that, like in the most recent Super Bowl, there's only been one turnaround that was crazy. It was with the Hawks when the Hawks played. They were like winning like the whole first half. It was like they were only losing by they were up by like what, like 20 something, and then they came back around. The other team came back around. Was it the Patriots or was it the Bucks? I can't remember. Was it the Patriots? It was the Patriots
when they picked it off in the end zone instead of running it.
Yeah. So that was probably the crazy comeback. So everybody's like, "Oh, in the second half it's gonna be different." Like,
no. Do you remember when Atlanta and the Patriots?
Yeah.
No, that one too. Those two were crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like everybody thought that in the second half it was gonna be a complete like different game, and it not even close. Like it just got worse. And I feel like they hyped themselves up too much. Like they were so worried about this, and like they might not say it verbally. I feel like that whole 3-peat thing definitely got to their heads. It had to.
What'd you guys think of some of the I didn't care for the commercials. It really didn't do anything for me, but some of the trailers that came out, the Thunderbolts look pretty decent.
No idea.
Yeah. So out of all the commercials, the only one that actually is still in my head that I can remember is the Yee one.
Yee?
No idea.
Yeah, the Kanye one.
Oh, okay.
He's in the dentist getting his grill, and I don't know what. I have no idea what the commercial's about or anything. He's just talking with getting a grill put in.
Interesting.
I don't know. It was just weird.
Oh, I didn't watch any of the commercials. All I know is that I think 2 movie trailers dropped, and the only one I remember was the Thunderbolts because I watched it and went, "Oh, I mean, it looks better than Madam Web." So I mean, that's doing good. That's doing good.
Oh, I saw the Thunderbolts thing. Yeah, because I asked my girlfriend what the hell
comparison.
Yeah. So I like the fact that they're hiding that the villain is going to be Sentry. It's like we all know it's Sentry. We figured it out. It's already a gimme. Why are you hiding him in the trailer? But because you don't think you'll be able to pull his costume off? I mean, come on. There have been worse costumes. But yeah, that looked pretty decent. And then, of course, Funko did their 5-pack for the winning team, so that sold like crazy.
Have you gotten a return message from Funko?
No. I've written them 2 letters 2 weeks apart, and at this point, if I get nothing by Friday, I'm gonna call my credit card company and go, "Hi."
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut my losses. I have an extra ray, I guess.
What happened with yours?
They're not answering. Funko hasn't been answering their customer service in over 2 weeks.
Yeah. They haven't sent his stuff. He has an order that they haven't sent yet. They sent me an extra pop, but not the one that instead of sending me the one pop I paid for, they sent me an extra ray Ghostbuster.
But and then you think that's bad? I got one of my redeemables. One of them came in, I would say, almost a week ago. The other 2 have still nothing.
NFTs?
Yeah. And you want to know what's crazy? The one that came is the one I care the least about because I just bought it because I didn't want to like lose all my stuff when they were doing that transfer. I didn't know what the hell if they were gonna make it difficult or not, so I just bought something.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I went back onto the Funko shop. The pop that I purchased that I didn't get is not on the Funko shop anymore. So I'm wondering if they were sold out instead of like crediting the account. They just like, I'm just going to send them an extra pop.
Oh, that's not how it works.
And it sent me the worst one out of the bunch. Like I think Ray's is the worst one. I would have took an extra Bankman.
Well, all I know is that I think it's ridiculous. I mean, I wrote to them. It's funny, man, because I know they said, we're extra busy, but I really think what they did was I think they cut a lot out of their customer service because 2 weeks is ridiculous for any company for a reply.
Yeah.
Especially, I can't think of any company I have written to like as large as Funko and not at least gotten something back. And you know what? Because the way my world works, we're I'm bitching and moaning and groaning, but I'm actually going to open up my email and let's see if there's anything from Funko support yet.
It all went downhill when we started adding Canadians to the lists. That's what happened.
Oh, please.
You know what? He makes that joke, but if you look at the timeline, it's not wrong.
It's really not. Maybe they got in over their head.
Yeah, that's a classic fallacy argument. By that same logic, I've never seen Wonder Woman and Drew in the same room. Ergo, Andrew must be Wonder Woman.
No, but shipping. Well,
it's okay these days.
I'll leave it at that. Issues, but
for the record, if you feel the need to bend over to pick up the lasso of truth, please let us get it for you, buddy. It's cool.
Listen, all I'm saying is, look, Funko's always had issues with their shipping, but one, like, it didn't take 2 months to hear back for like the fact that you have more than one person on the screen having an issue getting an email back is telling. Like that's pretty telling in itself. No, you're wrong. Of course, there've been problems like where people haven't gotten emails back, but for us to hear about it in the same circle at that often is weird.
Yeah, and it's funny too because it shows it's been shipped. It shows that it went to DHL. DHL saying they don't have it, and it says it's been in processing with DHL.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll bring LBD back once he's done whatever he's doing. But yeah, so that's just my annoyance on the subject. I mean, it shouldn't have to be that way, but it is what it is, at least for now.
Is it coming from Arizona or was it coming from somewhere else?
Arizona.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it shows that it's been in Arizona since December 10th. Well, and I called DHL, but
you can go get it.
I'll be brutally honest. Between DHL and UPS, their customer service has severely gone down. I actually, and again, I'm not going to get into the dichotomy of who you hire and why you hire them. That's the company's thing. But if you hire somebody that I personally have to ask you 3 times to say the word slowly so I can understand what you're saying, that's an issue.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm, I admit I have partial hearing issues in my left ear, but I can still, obviously I can hear words. So yeah, because I had an issue with UPS. I had a package being sent. Their app didn't tell me that there was a duty charge on it. I paid the duty charge, but when I called them the first time, the one girl she could not say the word import charge. She kept saying in I can't even say the way it was said until I finally figured it out on the third go. I said, "Are you saying import?" "Yes." "So I have an import charge. So that would be a duty charge." "Yes." "Okay. Why am I not seeing it on your app?" And then there was like 2 minutes of dead silence. Like I don't know what to tell you. So not my idea of fun. I will say that. I don't know if you guys have had that similar issues with DHL or UPS.
No.
So
hey, just leave it, dog. Just leave it. Lord.
Is that Alex?
Alex trying to escape.
Just leave
Why don't
it,
you
dog.
threaten him with a jar of mustard? That seems to hold him at bay.
No, he was just trying to hardcore shut the door. I'm like, dude, just leave it. It's fine where it's at. Like, Jesus.
It's not like you're doing anything that requires the door shut.
I mean,
unless you're,
to keep
you're not wearing the silk kimono.
No.
That's God. Yeah, I see. That's the part I miss about having the StreamYard Premium. We could always play Vince's video.
I missed that video.
Yeah, I know. Quick, you used to from what you told me, you used to play it late at night just to help you sleep.
It was so good though. I was like, it was perfect. I was like,
I'm waiting for the NECA figure to come out.
Oh Lord.
Or a Hot Toys.
Hasbro used to be able to I don't know if they do it anymore, but actually put your face sculpt on a figure.
Yeah, they took that out 2 years ago because apparently the quality control wasn't there, because there were some ones that looked really, really great, but if you had facial hair, it did not look good. It looked like,
So you would have been fine, right, Sean?
Pardon?
Yeah.
You would have been fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not part of the chin beard. I'm not part of the chin beard brigade.
I don't think you're part of any brigade at this point.
But yeah, it looked bad. There's.
So when do you shave, like twice a year?
No, once a week actually.
Once a week?
Yeah.
Like if you don't shave for a week, like 3 hairs come out, or like what goes on?
No, it gets
it's blotchy.
Patchy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, no,
patchy.
Not to mention I'm getting like you are getting like gray. So I'm getting patches of gray in it now.
I'm not getting gray, I've been gray.
Yes, I know. Well, I mean, at your age, it's to be.
I'm glad you're emphasizing on the R. Thank you.
Yeah, I started going gray at 15.
Listen here, Mr. Leprechaun. Not all of us have that luck, okay?
I know. It seems like Andrew's beard gets redder.
I know. It looks like a yellow right now.
It's almost as red as that damn straw.
He's getting ready for his.
I've been hitting the pub.
Gingers don't have souls, they say, so it kind of makes sense, right?
Oh, maybe I should shave this so no one knows.
No. Save it for March. Throw on a hat and just go, hey, da. And just collect your free drinks.
I'll be like the tallest leprechaun in the damn place.
Right.
6'1" leprechaun. Hey. Leprechaun in the hood.
Oh, no, man. I remember watching that Leprechaun in the Hood. Oh my god.
The worst one was Leprechaun in Space.
Oh, man.
You do realize you're like comparing two versions of crap and saying which one is worse, okay? I mean, there is no winner.
Hey, do you guys remember Bones?
Yeah.
Yes.
The
The
movie
TV
Bones?
show?
No, the
Oh, no.
movie.
No.
Where Snoop Dogg's a vampire.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
I remember.
Yeah.
That was another terrible movie. Jimmy Bones.
No.
Jamie Bond.
So you guys were way too young when this came out, but Jason X, which was Jason in Space, was never going to be released until somebody made a VHS copy from New Line and put it out. And so it ended up on a thing called Morpheus, which was originally something close to Napster back in the day. And so this copy of a movie that never hit theaters got out. And then eventually they put it out in theaters like a year later because they realized it was pointless. You know, everyone had a copy of it. Jason in Space or Jason X is the worst horror movie I ever have seen in my life. And it is such a horrible horror movie that it's really a comedy. It tries to be a horror movie, but it is a comedy. Yeah. So, well, it's like last night I got bored and figured, you know what? I'm going to watch something that's better than the Super Bowl. And I watched the second Resident Evil movie, forgetting that like 99.999% was filmed between Hamilton and Toronto. And I couldn't finish watching because it was just
Summers in the concert. Mitch just rolled his eyes.
Yeah.
His eyes just tingled.
Well, put it this way. So where they filmed it, there's a pizza, right? And so they reverse the film. So the pizza logo is backwards.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, it's bad. It was so bad. And I watched it and went, this was 2004. This feels like something for like 1985. Even the Nemesis looked like something you'd see like at an amusement park, like the costume.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, what's his name? Who directed it? Put Mila Jovovich in it because, well, you know, they're together. How to keep your wife happy? Just throw her in a movie.
I remember watching the Resident Evil films and like seeing Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson was in Resident Evil?
I didn't know that.
No, he's not in there. Didn't he do the music or something?
No, dude.
Who did the music? I could have sworn it was him.
No.
He might have.
I had a song on a soundtrack.
Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah.
He might have had a song, but I don't think he wrote music specifically for it. I mean, unless he was, you know, high, which I mean, very could well have been.
He's clean now. Give him a break.
Yeah, but we're talking early 2000s, late 90s. I mean, okay.
But who was not high in the music industry at that point, especially in his genre? Just saying.
I don't know. I watched an interview with Gene Simmons recently, and it was like they made a comment. He goes, name any band that will stand the test of time after the 1990s, and the guy who was interviewing me, he's like, Nirvana.
What's up?
I think LBD was kind of right. The soundtrack album was made by Marco Petrami and Marilyn Manson.
See?
Okay.
Because the only reason I remember that is because I was the way where I had never seen the movies. I don't really care for them. I don't care for the game. In music class, when I was in audio engineering school, they brought in like the director's cut, like where they talk about everything about the movie, and he was in there.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, I was like, yeah, in every movie he tries to put in a brown tone somewhere to see if somebody will crap themselves in a theater.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson made the Resident Evil.
That was like his interview.
Theme.
Oh, hold on. What was that? Quick.
Marilyn Manson made the Resident Evil main title theme.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. That's what I remember. I only remember that because he mentioned that part in the interview. I was like, and then like everybody, obviously, what the first question you thought people ask after hearing that is the brown tone a real thing? That was like everybody's question after that. And after that, like classroom.
Oh shit! Anybody remember Edema?
Yeah,
Barely.
I do.
Yeah, they had like one song.
Yeah, one hit wonders.
Yep. It's
I don't know.
It's Jonathan Davis's nephew or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Well,
This thing
I
finally
mean,
healed up.
the one song that probably got played to death was, I remember back then, was Sandstorm. Or song, yeah, it was no. What was that song that was at the beginning of Blade, at the blood party?
I don't remember. I just remember it was very ravey.
Yeah, because I heard
Very
that song
ravey.
as soon as, oh god, now I got to look it up.
I
But yeah,
definitely should have been watching that movie when it came out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called Blood Rave, apparently. Wow, really on point.
Wow.
It was probably made for the damn movie.
Yeah. I just know when that song came out, it was like every club, because I used to live downtown St. Catharines, and you'd walk by on a Friday night, like every goth club or any dance club, you just hear dum 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 playing in the back. It's like, oh, okay. It's gonna be one of those nights. Yeah, the song was called New Order by Confusion. Or New Order Confusion, one or the other. It's confusing. I don't know. I think to be honest with you, every movie between 1993 and probably 2003 had some type of, if it was an action movie, had some type of rave or techno song in it.
Now I know why I watched it, and I shouldn't have watched it. I was stuck at home. I was stuck. Basically, it was during my recovery time.
Yeah.
I had to do it.
My accident was in 96, 97. So when that movie came out, I was watching and basically anything under the sun because that's all I really could do.
Well, I still remember when Mortal Kombat came out, and I have the CD around here somewhere, and I listen to it on Spotify now, and I go, no wonder I liked techno back then, man. Every other song in that album. Not even that, dude. Just you got Utah Saints, Jezebel. I mean, all of it was just techno. I mean, and even the movies back then, that like the good '90s movies, a lot of them had techno. I mean, I was going to bring up Matrix, but that's pretty self-explanatory right there. Sorry, what was that, Andrew?
I said it was kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah. But God, man, some of the, it's funny we're talking about it now, but yeah, I honestly can't. Every movie I watched had some type of techno soundtrack.
I'm not gonna lie. Anytime you hear Mortal Kombat back then, somebody used to always want to get in there. As we call it, start doing some craziness. It always drove people's nuts.
Yep. All the glow sticks come out at that point.
Not even the glow sticks. Like, everyone thought they were a kung fu master when that song came on. And it's like, please don't. I thank God smartphones didn't exist back then. There'd be so much.
Oh my God.
Hey, Dead Zone, what's up, buddy? Be like, hey, who wants to? Hey, Andrew, you want to help me move? Oh, I'm busy, man. Really? I got a video here, buddy, of you. I'm good. What time do you need me?
I'll be over early, actually. We can get a head start.
Mortal Kombat. Fine, I'll be there.
Oh, do you need breakfast also before I come?
Can I see your phone? It's already on the cloud. Doesn't matter what you do. Go ahead. Break the phone. It'll still exist.
Dead Zone.
Right.
But I think every back then, like, there were certain songs that were like that, where it's just like the remember being at a bar in Chumbawamba playing, and that song "I Get Knocked Down,"
Oh my
and like
god!
everybody,
Bro, get that
and it was like,
again.
"Hey, we're good." Yeah, don't, we're good, okay. Or every bar played "Closing Time."
Yep.
I think he's trying to tell us something. Closing
Oh,
time.
get the hell out.
Or who remembers when Spider-Man came out and they we got to hear Nickelback's version of Hero over and over again.
No. You know what was one that I couldn't stand by the end of it was the one, what is it? Who sings that song? Bartender. Bartender really hard. You know, that one?
No, I don't remember that one, honestly.
Broke my parole to have a good time.
Speaking of horrible movies, well, some people say it's a horrible movie. I thought it was a great movie. My Waterworld collection is just been shipped.
I've actually seen the live show that they do at Universal.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, actually.
Hey, Laney.
No, but I got a really great deal. Like I almost got the whole complete set for $2.
Yeah, and I still think you overpaid by $1.99.
I'm only missing I think it's called the Trimera or something like that. Trimarian.
Didn't they have McDonald's toys?
Yeah, they did.
Like a little raft or something?
Yeah, probably.
Oh wow.
I just remember I was like, Waterworld, that looks like a great movie. And there was a dollar theater where we lived, right? It was right across from the main theater. So I was like, I'll pay $2 to go and see it. So we go in and I walked out. My friend's like, what did you think? Much like you and your buying of the whole thing of $2. It's like I got ripped.
What? I don't know why people hate that movie so much. I thought it was entertaining.
The only reason I hate the movie is because the reality of the situation is that prior to that movie coming out, Kevin Costner did another movie called The Postman. Now I forget which one.
I love that one too.
Yeah.
Hey, question. When you were a kid and your mom would start the car in the winter, right? So it'd be nice and warm. Did she leave you in the back seat while the garage door was closed? I mean, just asking. It would really explain a lot.
Who hurt you?
I just think you guys are all visually spoiled.
What?
I honestly don't remember it.
Whoa, that took me a second. I was like, wait, why is he yelling? Like, oh.
Yeah, well, I was gonna go.
You just said visually spoiled my head.
81.
Well, the last time you saw the Batman movie, right? That was what in 2000 whatever.
Suicide Squad, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, Suicide Squad. 2015 movies and technology came so far from back in 1993.
Yeah, it's true.
Very true.
So, of course, you're spoiled now. So when you go back and watch those movies, you're like, "Oh, this is garbage."
That's not true, man.
Well, any movie I go back and watch at this point is going to be good. I could watch Charlie Chaplin and be like, "Oh man, this is amazing."
Actually, a lot of his is silent film, so you're just going to hear soundtrack followed by moments of silence. Oh man, that piano! You know,
I'm just saying. Back in 1993, when the movie came out, it's like, what you had nothing else to compare it to except for older films, and I thought it was an entertaining movie when I was a kid.
But I have no problem looking at a film based on the decade that it was made in and enjoy it. Like there are some older movies, like I don't think anybody here.
Wait, perfect example is Star Wars. What's that, 1970 or 80?
Yeah,
78, 79.
Well, I'm not talking movies that have been like put in the Hall of Fame movies. I'm talking like schlock, like Monster Squad would be a great example of a classic 80s movie.
Oh wow.
No special effects were, keep in mind when they did lightning effects in movies, it was basically somebody sitting there painting on the actual cell on the cell itself.
On the film.
1977.
Yep.
So if you watch something as schlocky as Monster Squad specifically, all the effects are practical, all the costumes are practical. It's all rubber suits and latex face, not even latex back then, it would have been vinyl. So it's it's a product of its time, and you're absolutely right. We have been spoiled with special effects because the greatest example, even for a horrible movie, Aliens versus Predator, the second one, where the scientist puts the gauntlet on, and the gauntlet does the nano suit, because that's the new thing now. Nano suit where it crawls all over the body and makes them into like a Predator armor.
Yep.
And I remember watching that and thinking, wow, even for a really horrible movie, that's a cool scene. And even and now do that like 30 years ago, and it would have been really, really, really bad. It would have been, fog coming out, and suddenly he's got the costume on.
And of course, you get the cheesy one-liners and everything back in the day.
Oh yeah, well, come on, you got Predator sticking around. What killed the dog? No, Arnold Schwarzenegger is the king of cheesy one-liners. Now that I think about it, because you got Predator, stick around, Batman and Robin. What killed the dinosaurs?
I'll be back.
Yeah. No, that wasn't cheesy. No, that wasn't cheesy.
I used to love Last Action Hero when I was a kid.
Oh God.
Oh, I love it. I still love that movie.
Yeah,
with the Reaper.
Super entertaining.
They roll that guy up, and he rolls into the tar pit, and he explodes, and there's this big bubble comes out of the tar thing. He's like,
what about the movies that said the movie titles in the movie?
Oh yeah. God, my favorite is still Hot Tub Time Machine, the second one. So you came here to Hot Tub Time Machine? Yes. And you came in a Hot Time Machine too? And they're like, yes. And they all look at the camera and kind of do like this grimace look of like half smiling, like, No, but every decade, it's funny. Every decade of movies has what you call, they're so bad they're good. I mean, Waterworld, yes, I will agree. It's not a horrible movie, but if I was on a train and I had a choice between sitting in silence and watching Waterworld, I'd probably sit in silence.
Well, you better not be sitting next to me, because I'll be blasting Waterworld.
Great. I'll get to hear such great lines of paper. Have you ever seen paper before?
Wow. It's kind of funny because you're talking about a movie like I've barely seen it. Obviously, I know the premise. And I have an idea of obviously they're all scavengers, and it's a desolate world where nobody has land. One of your favorite games is Fallout. I'm just it's kind of crazy.
Well, yes, because you could walk around in Fallout. If Fallout was in a boat, it'd be a lot boring game. It'd be a really boring game. row. 6 hours later. I will say this about Waterworld. My favorite scene out of the movie is the guy who's in the oil tanker.
Smoking cigarette?
No, not the smoking cigarette. It's the flare that comes down, and the flare hits the oil, and he's like, "Oh, thank God!" And then it blows up.
Yeah, he is inside the water tanker in a rowboat and everything.
Yeah, he's in the bottom of the oil tanker, and he's like, "How much of the black stuff we have left?" 3, like so many lengths. He goes, "Okay, great, sir. I'd like to get out," and they close the lid on him before he can finish his sentence. So his entire existence is basically sitting in this rowboat in an oil tanker, telling them how much oil they have left. So at the end of the movie, when this road flare basically falls down into the oil, he's like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah. See, he has more than accepted that fate. He's like, I've been waiting for this.
Because I used to comment, like, when that movie came out, because it was a joke with some of my friends, like my buddy Nathan and Brandon, we would I'd be like, some days I feel like that guy. I'm just waiting for the flare. But yeah, Waterworld, no, man. Actually, when did Waterworld come out? Now I'm curious.
1993.
Didn't Laura say
1993?
Oh, 93.
Okay.
Wow.
What's
95.
I was 12.
Came out in 95, actually.
95.
Oh,
yes.
I was only 5.
Yeah.
Well, it depends what month. What month was it?
July. It was part of the summer blockbuster. That's why I remember it.
So I was 4.
Yeah. Apparently, there's an extended edition cut called the Ulysses cut.
I was 12, so.
Ooh.
12-year-old me was captivated. or the world.
12.
Yeah.
Wait, you're that much
Yeah.
older than me? Gee, I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
41,
and you know
man.
what? I see Quick going around going, Mom, paper. Have you seen paper?
In between that and throwing cards around the house thinking I'm Gambit.
Gambit.
I could say this
I
now
did the same thing.
because nobody got hurt. But you ever done something like you've thrown something or you've done something and you see the action of it happening and realizing, oh God, that was the bad idea and it's going to cause problems. So
Yeah.
don't ask me why. I think I was like 7 or 8 and there was a tuna lid and I thought it looked like a ninja star and I threw it. Now my mom was across the street and I threw it in her direction and I saw it go straight and it looked like it was going to hit her. And at the last second, it banked left and went in another direction.
Jesus.
And all I kept thinking in the back of my head was, oh God, oh God, oh God. And then it went, and I went, and my mom's looking at me horrified. And I went, and then she's like, get over here. And I did not go over. I was like, no. Never did that again. Sorry, you just reminded me.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, I think 95 too was the same year that Dumb and Dumber came out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a movie I was at first banned in seeing.
Harry
Really?
And the reason why was my mom thought it was a stupid movie to watch, so therefore I wasn't allowed to see it. I don't think it had anything else to do with it.
So when I was a
it's a good
child,
title.
I don't remember how old I was, but I remember my aunt took me to see this movie called Fire in the Sky in the movie theaters.
Oh God!
And I just remember I was terrified. Like that was like the scariest movie I'd seen.
Wasn't that about aliens or something like that?
Yeah, like some guy.
Okay, Fire in the Sky has what do you call it? Yondu in it. The actor who played Yondu. I can't think of his name right now. Michael Rooker. He's in it. Very young Michael Rooker. And he gets abducted by aliens and gets experimented on, and then he gets dropped back into where he is, and it's about his story of trying to get over it and people not questioning him, and because they do the whole based on real facts.
And like everyone thinks he's crazy and like
you know what, 95 was actually a pretty decent year for movies. You got Batman Forever, Mortal Kombat, which another movie my mom didn't want me to watch, but I saw 13 times. Yeah. Congo. Not a bad movie.
Man. Oh, I remember Congo.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd.
Okay.
Usual Suspect. Johnny Mnemonic. That was another good movie. Ooh, Desperado.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yes. Cool essay. The Net. Oh, that was a movie I saw at the Dollar Theater. Oh, that movie was, and of course Waterworld, Sun and Death with Jean-Claude Van Damme. That was a. Oh, speaking of actually, I take it back. Waterworld was not the worst movie of that year. Cutthroat Island.
Never watched.
You guys probably don't remember this, but Cutthroat Island was supposed to be part of a trilogy of pirate movies before Pirates of the Caribbean. And they spent, I think, 25 or 50, some outrageous amount of money. I'll look it up, but some outrageous amount of money, and it flopped so hard in theaters that it tanked a lot of careers.
Oh wow.
Hold on. It was made, the budget was 115 million and it only pulled in 16.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it had Gina Davis in it.
Pardon?
Had Gina Davis in it.
Yeah. What else? Looking to see what else there was that year that was pretty decent. Tank Girl, Mallrats. Ooh, Mallrats is good.
Tank Girl, yeah.
Mallrats.
I remember that. That was a fun movie.
Yeah.
And Mallrats, of course.
You know what's funny about Tank Girl, though? That was a movie that clearly was a movie that you could tell there was a generational gap because everybody past a certain age hated the movie, couldn't stand it, didn't like it, thought it was garbage. Why did it exist? There was so many other things you could do. What?
Now I was looking up Gina Davis, and she's been married and divorced like a million times. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, if you want a good one, look up Elizabeth Taylor. She collects husband like we collect Funko Pops.
1, 2.
Was Tank Girl a comic before it was a movie?
Yeah, it was a comic.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because I knew about the comic because I'd read a few issues of it, but even the comic was an acid. Like for somebody, a young teenager who didn't know what acid was, that book was it. It was just all over the place. And then the movie came out, and I was like, "Oh my god, I got to go and see this!" And I remember seeing it in theaters and going, "What the hell am I watching?" And I liked it. But when I read reviews, it was like anybody over the age of like 30 was like, "This is a horrible movie. Why are we doing this? This is corrupting kids." It's like, it's a stupid movie. It doesn't. I mean, it can't be. Mind you, keep in mind this is the same year that Dangerous Minds came out. So I mean, and we all know what that movie did for Coolio.
Well,
but yeah, another movie, 12 Monkeys, another one I could never watch.
Oh, Major Pain.
Oh, I love Major Pain.
That was 90s.
Major Pain.
Shit.
Major Pain has some quotable moments for sure.
Oh yeah.
Billy Madison came out as well.
You're not cool unless you feel pain.
Three Ninjas Knuckle Up. That was the second one, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I've never been a big fan of the Three Ninjas franchise.
No.
It was okay. I mean, but don't forget, early 90s.
You didn't like Tum Tum?
You know what? What year they come out?
95.
Yeah.
All right, I was 5 years old. So
the second
one.
But
even later, like, all right, to give you an example, my accident was like 96, 97. I can't remember exactly what year it was. Right, so I was about 6 or 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Once I woke up, had consciousness and was able to enjoy things. Most of my movies consisted of martial arts film, but it was a lot of Jackie Chan in there. So Three Ninjas wasn't exactly on the top of my list.
Well, don't forget, like from 1989 to like 97, there was always a kung fu movie in theater. Always one. It didn't matter.
Sean, I hate to break it to you. There's no movie theaters in the hospital bed.
Yes, there is.
No.
Theater of the mind, man.
Damn, a lot of stuff came out in the 95. Jumanji, Heavyweights, Billy Madison.
Great.
Jumanji. I saw Jumanji and Billy Madison. I know that.
Yeah.
I watch Jumanji still to today.
Yeah, I'll still watch Jumanji. That's a movie I can watch. I wouldn't watch it like a lot, but I can put it on and watch it and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't know. It terrified me with the mosquito. It terrified me.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was really scared of them.
The only movie that ever scared me as a kid and unnerves me now as an adult was the scene in Poltergeist where the guy goes in the bathroom and the light gets brighter and his skin starts to boil and he starts peeling off his skin to the point where he peels down to the bone, and then suddenly the light bulb breaks and then he realizes it was a hallucination.
See, as a kid, I never really watched a lot of horror films.
Well, I think I know I've told one of you guys this. So in 1990, I want to say 2, just before when school started, I got a really bad cold, like really bad. Like I was having lucid. You know what a lucid nightmare is?
Mm-hmm.
It's when you're awake. It's almost like sleepwalking, where you're kind of drifting in and out of consciousness, and what's happening in front of you, you're dreaming it, but at the same time you're also seeing it. So it happens when you have a high fever and you haven't slept. So probably my own stupidity, looking back on it. I'd seen Poltergeist while I was in this feverish state. And then I went into the bathroom. And of course, when you're sick, you're like all crusty and stuff. And I'm like cleaning my face off. And for some reason, I thought what I was cleaning off my face was my skin.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wow.
And, yeah, it wasn't until I like threw cold water in my face I realized, okay, we're not doing this again. But that stayed with me for such a long time. Now as an adult, I watch and go, oh yeah, that's kind of funny. Can we move on?
Yeah.
But I mean, we all watch different things too. I mean, my parents, I watched Alien and Aliens when I was like 7. Nowadays,
I never watched Aliens until a few years ago, like any of them.
Yeah.
I bought the whole set before like the last 2 came out, I think. No, before the last one came out.
They mostly come out at night. Mostly.
Yeah. So I watched all of those, enjoyed them. And the reason I watched them was because I was always a big fan of the Predator franchise. Like I really enjoyed the Predator franchise. So
Really?
it was, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Hansen's a pretty cool guy.
No, not that one.
Oh, sorry.
Alien versus Predators.
Yeah.
I see LBD going.
The U.S.
Oh man.
Jesus. Anyway,
I
so
just see
yeah.
LBD going, have a seat, hombre. Have a seat.
You know what's another franchise that I really enjoyed that I don't know a lot of people who are a fan of it though. It's Chronicles of Riddick.
Oh, I love that movie.
Pitch Black and
Pitch Black.
All
Yeah.
Black.
Yeah. Andrew, you like Pitch
Yeah,
Black, right?
right.
Christ.
I do now.
Wow,
Not
apparently
my
we
choice,
offended
but
LBD.
yes. It's grown on me.
Where did you get them eyes? Oh man.
Oh God.
It's like what was the line? He paid it with like a pack of smokes and something else.
I have no idea.
I can't remember. It's been so long.
It's funny now that we're talking like these old movies. I'm just remembering like some of the quotes from like some of those movies of '95. God. I remember watching Quick and the Dead. That was fun. That was a good movie.
Quick and the Dead was awesome.
Now here's a funny part. So Sam Raimi has an I forget the name of the vehicle that he has, but it's been in all his movies. It was in all the Evil Dead movies. It was in the Spider-Man movie, and he also directed Quick and the Dead. And someone brought up to me, goes, so I think it was a Buick. Yeah, it was a Buick. He goes, so where's the Buick in Quick and the Dead? He goes, the scene where she's, doing the whole, quick draw, fighting match. He goes, if you look beside the general in the back of the scene, if you look at the general store, there's a tarp over something, and it's not a wagon, it's the Buick.
Nice.
That's hilarious. That's a slick way to slip that in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's like, so and it's even in all the other Spider-Man movies. He's the car that Uncle Ben is driving is a Buick. It's his Sam Raimi's, and he's apparently, it's like the ship of Odysseus. I think the only thing original in that car probably at this point is the steering wheel, because everything's been slowly replaced over the years. Well, don't forget at the Army of Darkness, they dropped the thing like 10 feet onto the ground. I don't know about you, but Buicks aren't exactly a light vehicle, and I don't think the suspension is made.
I barely remember any of those movies.
Really? That's a shame.
Yeah.
Speaking of one-liners, that movie, there's another one-liner king. Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, like I don't know. I've seen those movies. I just don't remember them that well.
Army of Darkness is so quotable.
Which one does he say? My boomstick or something like that.
That is the Army of Darkness. This baby was made in Grand Rapids, Michigan. It retails for about $9.95. You can find it in the sporting aisle. You shop smart, shop as smart. Do you got it? They're all shaking their head while he's like waving the gun in the air. You found me beautiful once before. Yeah, baby. But you got real ugly. See, Andrew, you should try some of those quotes from that movie.
Yeah.
My favorite is it's a trick, get an axe.
I remember the first one where they were all underneath that trap door.
Yeah.
Underneath the floor. And the chains the big foam chains were like the links were like this big. It's like, what the heck? And I got it's like my mom used to watch it and she was always like, here we are, Miss America. And there's like these things, they got big like flowery hats on underneath the floorboard. Yeah. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Swallow your soul, swallow your soul. Well, Dead Zone sent me some of these, so I'm gonna open one up.
Oh, nice.
It'll make it so big.
No.
I will. Come on, Andrew. You love it when people open up Pokemon cards. You specifically tell me every time.
I know, right? This favorite part of the day.
Oh, can I guess the energy? Because that's about the only thing out of it that I like doing.
Go ahead, guess the energy right now.
Water. Waterworld.
He said water for Waterworld.
Yes.
He didn't do the card trick, so we have to wait.
No, you gotta wait.
So far, I recognize all of them.
We got Aaron.
There's one I don't recognize.
Rookruff.
Yep.
Yeah, that one I don't know. That's a classic.
Seal. Oh.
Executor.
That's the reverse hollow.
Reverse hollow.
Nope. No hollow.
Don't know that one. That's a newer one.
No.
What
do you think the energy is, Andrew?
He already guessed.
He said water.
I guess it.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Fire in the sky.
It was the grass. It was grass energy.
Is that the rare?
No, the rare should have been the one right after your reverse hollow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I just remember the rare back in the day was always the last one.
Yeah, these newer packs, there's like a card trick. I think it's like 3 or 4 to the front.
Yeah, you pull them to the front.
Now, I also have a Yu-Gi-Oh pack.
Oh, nice.
Who likes Yu-Gi-Oh? Nobody likes that crap.
Yeah, I do. I got a few statues right up there. Tell you.
Like I said, nobody likes that crap.
For the record, I just want to go on the record. This is the first Yu-Gi-Oh pack I've ever opened in my life, and most likely will be the last.
That just makes you want me to send you more. Not gonna lie.
No, actually, please don't, because it just means more crap in my house, at least card wise. Okay.
And the best part is I don't even have to ship it. I can just order it on. I can order it on Amazon.
Just take it out to the street. And
there you go.
like
I don't know what that is. That's a newer card. All these cards are going to be new to me unless there's a classic monster in it.
Huh. Why does that feel like that's a rare card?
Imagine.
Classic monster.
No, it's just a harder card to pull out. So's that one. I can't remember how you pulled this one out.
Is it a rectal starling?
That's what I thought it said. Okay, good. I'm not the only one. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to shut up. I'm going to smile.
Tornado Dragon. That sounds pretty cool.
I can't remember if these are because there's so many freaking ways to summon now. I've lost track. You got Pendulum, you got XC summoning, you got freaking fusion.
And that's all.
Oh, that's it.
What's the other one?
That's pretty cool.
Tuner summoning, I think. There's like 7 ways to summon now that are insane.
Yeah. It's time to duel.
Yeah. I'll stick to my the furthest I ever went was like 2nd gen, maybe 3rd. After that, I was done. I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Well,
But I actually used to play the game.
I don't really play card games. I don't know anything like Pokemon or Magic.
Anyway, I got some stuff to show while we're doing this. Anyway.
Okay. LBD, do you got a front light? All we see is teeth and eyes.
There you go. Happy?
There we go. Yeah.
I got this piece that's actually pretty cool. This is actually a scene from the classic like 80s Dragon Ball, the end credit scene where like the slow song plays and stuff like that. It's actually really nice piece. Where like she's looking out the window. So and then like it's actually like a desk piece. You can put like pens in there, and there's like a little compartment where you can hide stuff in there. But it's like a 1-for-1 for the ending scene. That's the only time you ever see this scene is in that end credits of every episode, which is pretty cool. A nice little homage to the original. Got that in. I got a bunch of different stuff in, but I'm not gonna show it all today. Let's just show like maybe 3 things. I got this piece, which is going from Dragon Ball to Digimon, which his arm actually came detached, and I had to attach it again.
Huh.
But I had a statue of him that used to be up there that was huge, but it was like $200 or something. It wasn't worth it to me. I didn't really care for that version of him. This is the version that I actually enjoy, and it's a lot cheaper. I got a good deal on this one. This is from Digimon, by the way. Yeah. Like for the amount that I paid for the other one, and I didn't pay the full price for it, but I did get my money back when I sold it. You guys haven't seen what do you call it? I really definitely want you to try Shangri-La because it's a really good show. Because I got some pieces from that. What's the other thing? It had like one more thing around here.
I know it's Shangri-La, but it has nothing to do with anime.
Actually, no. There's an anime called Shangri-La Frontier now. No, I think that's all I'm going to show for today. That's the rest of the stuff. I'll get to it another day when I finally get around to like recording it and doing.
You guys can't handle anymore. I get it.
Oh, please.
I guess I can share some stuff.
Nobody cares. Yeah. I mean, go right ahead.
Okay.
Let me move you over.
I got totally forgot I won off Bearded Barbarians one of his lives. I got the little Todd Ingram soda, and it's actually the Chase.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Was it in the mystery box?
Yeah, I think it was like the mystery box part. It kept getting passed around, and they finally came to my name, and I was like, you know what? I'll keep it because they're already like redraw 3 times.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. I wonder if I think it glows in the dark because it feels weird. If
yeah, it does. The Chase does glow.
Okay.
Yeah, because he has vegan powers.
Vegan power.
Yeah.
So the Pog would stay, wouldn't it? I would assume.
Yeah, glow in the dark. It does say it.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Reading. Crazy.
Well, Scott Pilgrim stuff usually is received well, so.
Cool. And then bought something off of Whatnot. It got me a skateboarding Mikey.
Nice.
This is actually the 2015 release.
Oh, okay.
The only difference is the M on his chest. You can't really see it. The original, it's orange. This one's just painted blue with the shirt. Huh. So I'm still gonna have to get the original one, and he's missing his rollerblades. Got that. Then Sunday I went to a toy show. And I got some bunch of stuff. One of the things I got was the big 8-inch Green Ranger.
Nice.
I need to repaint his belt though because it looks like he's wearing Kimberly's belt.
I have the White Ranger that came with the Tiger. Was it the Tiger Zord? Yeah, the one that came with the Tiger Zord. They had to put the plate on it and stuff like that. It has like the
Yeah, I don't know. I think what came with this one was just his blaster and the dragon shield. So I gotta look for those so I can get those.
I have a dragon shield with the tigers over there. I didn't put them together because I already have the Iron Studio statue for the Power Rangers, so I didn't feel like I needed to put out the action figure. So it's just sitting in a box. Sitting in a box.
Then I picked up one of these guys because I had one when I was a kid. I seen it sitting there, so I grabbed it. It's Terminator.
Oh wow!
And I started thinking, like, if I ever find another one, I want to buy it and send it to Mitch so he can have it as his dash. He can put on a dash of his truck.
His dash, buddy.
Yeah, because you know how they keep the rubber duckies for Jeep people.
Yeah.
I think people need to leave Terminator stuff for
that truck. I don't think you see as many. I'll be honest, I don't think that truck was as popular as you think.
No, they only made limited.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I got a ton of Ghostbuster stuff, starting with this little Gooper guy I got.
Nice.
Gooper.
One of him. I finally completed the Fright Features wave with Winston here. Complete with his little helmet.
Winston was last.
Winston. Then I already bought one of him, but it was broken. But I got a working Screaming Heroes Egon.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just missing one of his accessories. And then what else did I get? I completed my air sickness. All I needed was the little guy. I found him. I think I paid like $5 for him or something like that. So now my air sickness is complete. And what else did I get? Oh, I did get a Ninja Turtle. I got a Usagi Yojimbo. His other weapons are... Huh?
There was a kid at the Fan Expo. Was it the Fan Expo? Last convention I was at. Oh, Michigan. And he was dressed as Usagi Yojimbo, like an actual, like a perfect costume. And I said, Usagi Yojimbo. This kid's going, yes! Somebody knows.
He's got his own comic book and everything.
Yeah, well, but the problem is only people that follow Ninja Turtles and actually, because Usagi Yojimbo had his own comic altogether, so there wasn't a lot of crossover with the Turtles, only a couple times. So
yeah, I just remember I had one of these figures when I was a little kid. That's the reason why I got one. I remember having them.
I had it as a kid too.
And I think that's it.
Huh.
Oh, I did pick up a Screaming Heroes Vankman. And it came with this thing. That's why I had an extra one. But you wind up his arms. And you put the little screaming box on the front of him. And
yeah. Oh, remember the Volkswagen Beetle one that you showed us last week?
Yeah.
Somebody's selling a perfect one mint in box for 150 Canadian.
That's probably a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I was looking at it going, I could, but I really can't.
Someone had a complete one at the show and they were trying to get 75 for it. But I was like, I already have it, so
yeah, I'm so my question I have, actually, Vince. So did you get any of the did you get the winning team for the Super Bowl Funko Pops, or did you pass on it?
I'm not an Eagles fan.
Oh.
And
I just figured you might have gotten it.
no, if it was the 49ers, I would have got it.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that's pretty obvious, buddy. Although I did have like I've had some people come into the shop asking if we have that one, like the one from last year. I was like, honestly, no, but I'm sure. I was like, I'm sure probably somewhere down there that somebody has that because there's like that stores that mall's turning into like a collectible place, like because there's 4 stores now that are just collectibles.
Yeah. I guess the real trick at the end of the day is making sure you guys aren't stepping on each other's feet. That's the problem with when you get a lot of stores like that in one area.
So yes and no. So there's one guy who's mainly Funko and designer toys, which is a new guy.
Mm-hmm.
He does do something similar to the store where I'm at, where they have like designer clothes and stuff like that as well. Like not a lot of it, but there's like a little bit sprinkled here and there in the store that I'm at. And then obviously we have Funkos, but we don't do like a lot of the newer stuff like they do. Like they have a lot of newer stuff, and then they have their like big grail wall. Feel like we do more like McFarlane and Kotobukiya statues and Hot Toys and stuff like that. Now the other store is just a mashup of what you can throw in there. Like there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just he has something, and then he also still does like giant Funko orders.
So you remember when I took you to Anime North in Toronto? Sorry, not Anime North. Anime Extreme, the one in Chinatown.
Yeah,
you had to go down the stairs and they had all that crap on there. Do you remember when we walked in? On your right hand side, there was that giant glass case with all the hot toys with like Iron Man, Hulk, Batman. Like
yeah.
Apparently, one of their glass shelves broke.
Ooh, that's tough. Also, we didn't go downstairs. It was like they changed it to level, didn't they?
Oh yeah, that's right. It was level. The old one was downstairs. Yeah, it was level. That's right.
Yeah. I was like, wait, downstairs. Still, when you said the glass, I was like, wait, yeah, okay, that I do remember.
Yeah. Well, back in the day when they used to be in a basement, that glass case was like in the corner. But apparently one of their shelves broke. I heard somebody was telling me, and I was like, huh. For the record, Andrew, they had a huge ass Batman on I forget what he's perched on, and it was something like $5 or $6 grand, and I was trying to get LBD to buy it for you, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. you'd have to bring it down with you. Buy it a bus ticket.
Jeez.
Considering how much the thing would have weighed, I would not want it. No offense, you're a good friend and all, but I don't think.
No. And listen, buddy. My limit for baggage is like 50 pounds. Like I can't do more than 50. 50 was it 50 or 60? One of the two. Either way, I'm sure that thing altogether probably weighed more than that.
Yeah, and if I had to carry it later this year, I'd be like, "Here's your goddamn Batman."
Hey, at least it'll be working out.
I wonder if any of those are like now that they've fallen from grace have a decent deal on them.
Yeah, it went from being a hot toy figure to a puzzle. We'll get it for Vince.
It's like that commercial they had for I think it was Geico or whatever. It was like slightly flood damage, and then it goes to a screen where the car is up the water, like up to the windows.
Oh my god!
I remember that.
Do you guys remember somebody posted? I forget where it was, but there was a guy that had a bunch of high-end pops that were con shared and con exclusives that he had in his basement. Like he had multiples of because he was for the purposes of flipping it. And you remember the Up House, the big one that everybody wanted?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And he had like 5 of them, and his toilet backed up in his basement. And everything everything that was like 3 feet from the floor got caught. And the guy was so cocky, he was like, Laney's asking what mall you're at.
Laney, I'm at the Livingston Mall.
In Jersey.
In Jersey, yeah. Livingston Mall in Jersey.
So, and that guy was like, well, I'm just going to take them out of box, clean them up, and sell them out of box. And I commented, I said, nobody wants your poop pops.
Oh yeah, I remember you sending me that.
Yeah,
shitty situation.
The problem too was like even if you were to rescue some of those like like get the when they weren't so water damaged, you're not getting that smell out.
Oh God, no. Not to mention, I mean, let's be honest here. Even if I had your Grail and your Grail went through human waste and I took it out of the box and I cleaned it, I don't think anybody here would want their Grail. Hey Vince, would you like a poop pop?
What pop?
I like the fact that he's got.
We stand corrected, I guess.
I'm just thinking if I can sell it to somebody else and get the one I want, I might take it.
What's that? What's that quick?
I forgot I picked up some Lego knockoff figures.
Oh.
To complete some of the X-Men set, so I got a Storm.
Oh, what is this? The mini Bob, whatever, mini something. We have a few of those, I think, in the store.
Got a Beast.
That like Beast, yeah.
Morph.
Yeah.
Jubilee. Jean Grey. And of course, I had to get Gambit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, yeah.
Wait. He's just holding one card. Rip.
Yeah.
That's
all you can hold.
Quick, I'm gonna when I go back this week, because I actually just got a message for what days I'm gonna be there this week. I'll show you all the ones that we have. We got some Watchmen ones. We got a bunch of Walking Dead ones. There's a bunch of Marvel ones as well. Like I've seen some some interesting ones for sure. Like you was one of those knockoff companies, but they come in the packaging and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. It was some girl at the show that was making these.
Oh yeah.
And this is the one. That's the old Gambit custom I had gotten.
Yeah, there's
also,
a guy here that sells his minis too.
Laney, also that mall for the longest time was on decline because they were trying to basically get everybody out and build condos there. But I would say 3-4 months ago, they got denied by the city. Like they said, no, you're not allowed to do that, and now they're trying to bring it back. They've been trying since like end of November to start and taking care of it because they weren't even running the escalators. They haven't fixed the elevator in months. The AC and heat system was not working properly. Like they were doing the most just to get everybody out, and now basically the city says if you don't, the roads were all like with potholes and stuff for like the parking lot, a bunch of stuff.
Wow.
Didn't you also tell me too that the cockroaches and rats had formed societies on either side of the mall were fighting for control?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Can you dig it?
But some of the stores obviously weren't taken care of as well, and then now that the city said if you don't start fixing these things and taking care of this and bringing new leases back into the property, they're gonna go for eminent domain.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
And
I just had this vision of a Lord of the Rings battle with cockroaches and rats.
So Lane, that's one of the things that they're fighting to bring back in a way. Want to look back in a way, and they're saying that. So right now, all that's left is a Chinese spot and Popeyes. Right before the holidays, Cinnabon and Auntie Anne's both left.
Huh.
Wow.
I found something cool the other day. Did you know that Popeyes is Canadian owned?
That's crazy.
No, it can't.
Yeah, I didn't know.
The Louisiana treat.
From Louisiana.
Yeah, but the company is actually Canadian owned. I was reading an article and it was like companies you didn't realize that were Canadian owned, and Popeyes came up and Burger King was one of them. And I'm like, how did that work out? What poker game did this get done in? Because when I think Popeyes, I think, like you guys said, Louisiana. I think United States. I think Big Boy, White Castle, stuff like that. I don't think, I mean, apparently, which explains why we're starting to see a lot more Popeyes in Canada over the last 7 years.
I don't even like it. So
it's because they acquired it in 2017.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn.
It was so bad we didn't want it no more, so you guys took it. Kind of like our football players.
Yeah, well, you take our what do you call it, hockey players.
Actually, it says it was formed in 2014 by American fast food restaurant chain Burger King and a Canadian coffee shop, Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
But That Popeyes that's there though, they've gotten to the point where like they get really lazy. Like, one of the managers is like, "Oh yeah, we're not making that anymore right now." What you mean you're not making it anymore right now? It's like the middle of the day. It's
Yep.
like I see and the worst part is you see the ingredients that are there. So like he was just kind of an, and now that they're one of the only places left, like one of the two places that are left, their line gets insane. Like they get a lot of people, so now they have to do it.
Yeah, there was a place here, and I don't know. I'm guessing they went through 3 or 4 owners, but they used to make this really good like chicken rice with garlic sauce combo type deal, and they were a hole in the wall.
Mhm.
Then they got a bigger store, and I don't know what happened, but they changed the formula of how they did business, and that building is empty half the time.
Yep.
So
Same place. There was a place here called Ross's. They had a magic mountain and a volcano. It's like Texas toast with like hamburger meat, or and then the volcano had like chili on top. It's really good. But actually, a lot of famous people has been there. But when they took it out from underneath the bridge going over the 74 over in Illinois, and
yeah,
once they did that and they moved it up on top of the hill, it died. It wasn't making it anymore.
I was gonna pull up Pops, but honestly, not much has come out except for Marvel Rivals,
Super Bowl.
and that's
Super Bowl
pretty
Pop?
well it. Oh yeah, sure, yeah, because no offense, but I think the only ones here who really follow football religiously are you and Vince and Mitch. I mean, LBD just passively follows Pointy Ball. Andrew,
no,
yeah, and
Listen.
Quick. I mean, sorry, I forgot to include Quick. Quick is a hardcore sports fan. He loves sports. He's all about it.
My thing is that I have no reason to follow it because my team has been basically just doing dumb stuff for like past few years. So I just don't pay no mind to it. And
What,
you know what I mean? Like at this point, what reason do I have to watch?
30 years they haven't been doing anything? Or?
Whatever. What is your
Well,
team
then they
doing?
did just get a new stadium.
Yeah, that's the biggest news we've gotten.
Sorry, I
What do you
don't
mean?
think
Your guys' owner has like a 20-year-old girlfriend.
And I care about that. Why? How does that affect my team?
He's 80.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
And
Vince, do you need us to draw you on a whiteboard of why this happens, or can you figure it out? I mean, you are in Los Angeles.
Well, I mean, he does have a good haircut. He does have a good haircut.
I don't think the haircut is what did it. Okay.
He said he had a good haircut.
He literally has a bowl cut, Andrew. Literally looks like they put
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. I know who you're talking about now because I've seen pictures and it's like, yeah. It's she's purely loves him for who he is.
listen, all I gotta say is that's why at least the basketball team is heading in the right directions. We got all our own picks and pretty much half of the league's rest of the picks and we got it for cheap.
Yeah. I know.
Wait.
I've seen like I said, I've seen that picture. That's why the first thing when I saw it looked and went, you know what? I really wish people that are in relationships like that, where it's clearly the dynamic is purely there for the money, just both parties go up in front of a microphone and go, I'm rich, she's young, you can figure it out.
Yeah.
And just walk away.
Very few people who are delusional who think that this is a real thing. Like let's be honest. Like you have to be real.
It's really going down.
No, I mean that's not what I mean, Vince. What I mean is
I know what you meant.
Hey, everyone's got to commit to something, some more than others.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Anna Nicole Smith, which is like, I really love him, and I think that the interview is like, what's his middle name? That's not important. It's like, well,
it really isn't.
Yeah, but if you're gonna marry somebody, you should at least know who they are as a person.
Yeah. But the point is, we probably know more about each other than she knew about him. Okay.
The answer's still no, LBD. It's never gonna work out. You have kids, okay?
Yeah,
stop trying.
Listen, I'm good. Hey. I know. I said I like shorter than me, but
he doesn't date people with extra baggage. LBD, you don't got a chance.
It's okay.
You know what I mean?
I like my flavors with a little bit more sazon. Okay.
That's fine. That is the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Thank you. Hey guys, guess what? I'm off the menu, but you're still on. Good luck.
I
Man.
was gonna say something, but I'm like, nah, never mind.
I'm done with this.
When he said something about when Vince said something about extra baggage, I'm like, you know, he only has one arm. He can't carry that much baggage.
Oh God.
It's actually not true. But yeah, that's pretty funny.
You're horrible. You are absolutely horrible. I would never do anything
No,
like
but
that.
he's got a little one to carry extra baggage, so the arm's no problem.
Although my mini mule right now is she's incapacitated from that job. She's recovering from knee surgery.
Oh yeah.
Minor knee surgery, nothing serious.
Yeah.
She's okay.
Yeah.
How long did she had that piece of glass in her knee?
They can't tell. Honestly, it could have been when she was an infant, or it could have been like 2 years ago.
Wow.
Jesus.
Or could have been last week when LBD put it there.
No.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you did.
She was complaining for a while, and I kept taking her, telling her her primary care, and I was like, you know what, screw this, and I took her to the ER, and even they didn't want to take a test. I'm like, listen, man, I had a cousin who they ignored his freaking pain and saying that it was growing pains. Motherfucker ended up with urine sarcoma. Okay, we're gonna do something. Like we gotta figure something out. Like, and they found that piece. It's like, oh, and like the doctor was like, oh yeah, so well we did find something. I was like, all right. Like at that point, I was just relieved that there was an answer. But honestly, I was ready to lose it because I got tired of people telling her. It's like,
When I sprained my ankle and they took an X-ray of my foot, and they're like, "Have you had anything ever puncture your foot before?" It was the foot that I stepped on the nail. It's like, yeah, I stepped on a nailment for doing stud work, and he's like, "Did it go through your foot? Look how thick my foot is. How thick is a stud nail?" Yes, it went through my foot. He's like, "Oh, well, you see here, you can see where the scar tissue is." I went, "Oh, okay, great. So is my ankle broken?" No, your ankle's fine. Okay, great.
They just wanted to make sure you knew something happened and it wasn't just happened to you while you were unconscious.
Well, let's be honest. All of us have stepped on nails and had them go through their foot and never realized it until years later, right?
Yeah, all the time.
Well, maybe one of us.
Yep.
No,
I wouldn't know.
I think you would know when you lift your foot up and realize that you're wearing a board sandal with no straps.
I had that happen, but I didn't step on it. I fell onto it and had a board stuck to the side of my leg.
Jesus.
Huh. Damn.
Yeah, I fell out of a tree fort when I was a kid.
Jesus Christ.
I shouldn't say this, but the funniest thing I've ever seen was, and I don't know how it happened, was when I was working in the bookstore and a guy came from upstairs that was putting up shelves, came down and said, "I have to go to the hospital. I drilled into my arm."
Ooh.
He what into his arm?
Drilled into his arm.
Jesus.
I did that. Not my arm, but I drilled in my hand.
Huh. Wow. This feels weird. What's going on? Oh wow, that's a problem.
Yeah, I've done that.
One of my friends.
I was putting floor pans in my '66 Mustang, and I was drilling for rivets. I was like this, and I thought I had my hand over, and I slipped, and it went right down the center through my hand, and my hand sucked up to the bottom of the car. Now, I had to take the drill off, pull it down out of there, and then I just pulled it out. I just reversed it out. And then my girlfriend at the time's like, "What do I do?" I said, "Hand me a fucking rag. What else do you think you do? I'm just bleeding everywhere. It's fine."
What did your wife say about it?
I didn't have a wife. All right, I was a girlfriend.
No, I was assuming you had both.
Upset. No, I'm not that lucky of a guy.
I had a friend that was working in construction, and he he decided to jump over a set of drywall with a nail gun.
Jesus.
Well, the nail gun went off and went through the drywall and hit him in his inner thigh.
Oh,
So nevertheless, we called him Cheddar Bob that whole summer.
Yeah, you told us about that. I remember that.
Damn. Well, I think we're gonna leave it on that note because I'm actually kind of hungry right now.
yes,
Cheddar
sir.
Bob.
Yeah.
Cheddar
Well,
Bob.
I did. I had to go and pick a package up, so I didn't have lunch, and breakfast was kind of a light breakfast. So I'm going to wrap this up, lords and ladies. I want to say thank you for Quickdraw for coming out, Andrew, Vince, LBD, along with everybody else in the chat.
Bud.
We will be back next week. In the meantime, take care, be safe, and keep the shiny side up.
Yeah.